deflation system down to sand.
Welcome to Light Bar's 6x6 Recovery Adventures. Hit that subscribe. Hey, someone asked me about military spec versus, residential or civilian. So this is a military spec trailer. And if you look at the Humvees don't drag a pumpkin. Just like this has the adversity of a solid bar. However, you can see they put the clearance up higher so nothing will hit on the bottom. The clearance is outstanding, 37-inch tires. Leaf springs, similar design. Then if you look at my other truck, wrong setup too. However, see the pumpkin? That's the lowest point. When that hits the mud, the tires no longer spin. On this casings, they'll get every bit of the traction the tires possibly. Yes, the solid axle is a very strong setup, but it has its pluses and minuses. So, as you look under there, see that pumpkin hangs down. So when I drag people out with my other truck, they're sitting on the pumpkins. There's no traction. I'm dragging the entire weight of the car. And now we get to the Kraken, as my kids called it. So, what we got here? Okay, so these axles are top loaded. So the bottom of the pumpkin is turned on end, and they load them in there. That decreases the amount that the pumpkin has to stick down. Now, they are solid axle, in this case, solid square. And then it's held in place by these dog bones, which I showed you with the other one. So, and also, instead of a conventional one, what we have is we have the dog bones that goes to a centralized link. The spring pack sits on top and just lays on top of the axles. So the entire pivot point is based on that part. Then the axle dog bones keep it in place. And as you see, there's the top loader. So on this particular truck, look how high that axle is. It's way out of the way. Goes to the top, which eliminates axle wrap. It also eliminates the angle of the axle. And then also I have a huge brakes on this one and balancers for the massive amounts of weight. So this entire axle will sway up, and that'll force this one down, or vice versa. This one goes up. Now there are bump stops there and there to try to prevent it from hitting, but as I said, this is a swollen bed. But as you see, this one basically was stock height. As you can see, the bars are well out of the way. However, I still hit it. Go figure. So on this one, this is the 939 series. The next one is the Stuart Stevens series. I'll get you the M code on the bottom. But I weigh a lot, and the problem with like Abe, which is from Off the Ranch, is they converted to four-wheel drive. So what they did is they took all the conventional leaf spring assemblies, took it off, removed this entire assembly, cut the frame down, and then just put an axle. So now you have a four-wheel drive, but 6 offers more traction than 4. That was one of the things when I built the truck that I was looking into. Now this axle has the same design with the pumpkin to give you the ground clearance. However, this does not articulate as well as the rear axles because it's leaf spring. It's a different design. So on this particular truck, 4x4 is all the time. And then on the inside, I have a switch to engage by air the front axle. However, when I go to 6 low, there's a washer on the transfer case that engages the front axle automatically. Now, I do have a warning light that comes on when I'm in 4-wheel drive. The military at least gave me that. The other warning light I have is for when my high beams are on. And then I told you about the central inflation system. So these dog bones, there's 1 dog bone on top and then 2 on the bottom. Same thing with here. There are rubber in these, so they're supposed to return and then they tear, as we discussed in the past. It looks like I just lost another one, or it's just a bad weld. Yeah, it looks okay. I had these welded on to try to stop that dog bone from coming off. It looks like a crappy weld, and hopefully it is, because if it is a crappy weld, then it's a cold weld, and hopefully it'll keep me going until I replace them, because I can't get parts now because of what's going on with Biden's economics on you own nothing and you'll be happy. So yeah, so that's basically how the military designed their vehicles instead of the conventional. And then I don't have an Humvee to show you, but it's basically a V, so the pumpkins don't get stuck on that. However, when it hits the water and it hits the V, it goes down to the bottom. And to pull one of those Humvees out, which start at 10,000 pounds, it takes an incredible amount of force to remove something that's stuck to the mud, because they're just like giant wings that force them to go even deeper. However, they're not very good at IEDs, explosive devices, because there's nowhere the explosion just hits it and just demolishes it. All the new ones are now V-shaped. You have the Stewart Stevensons, which are solid axles. I'll try to bring one of those axles up. When they first made them, they had a problem of throwing out the front axles at 35 miles an hour because they're all-wheel drive. They also have Caterpillar engines in them versus the Cummins. So that's where we stand. I'm making a short video as per someone asked me. They wanted to know more about military design, and a couple guys said they started looking into it, which was the best out of all of them. This one is supposed to be the most durable, most reliable vehicle they made. The Stewart Stevensons. I'll get you the M code is exposed relays. They started putting computer stuff on there, and it's just not that reliable. This is 100% mechanical. This is a 1991. They still sell them today, not as regular. When they first sold them, they were $5,000. Now they're going from $12,000 to $22,000. Off the ranch bought theirs for I think it was $72 from, what was the name of it? Custom Combat Trucks, and that was actually his truck that he sold to him. So yeah, if you like what you say, give me a heads up on what you'd like to see more videos on, and let me know.